morning, it's Thursday, February 20th, 2025. Mental health is real. Seek help, end the stigma. On the news this morning, one person feared dead as fuel tanker falls in Port Harcourt. Federal government bans fuel tankers from Nigerian roads. Governor Fubara pledges support for military against oil theft. Senate passes 2025 budget for second reading. On the foreign scene, Hamas to hand over bodies of Israeli captives as Gaza truce holds. Details of these and more after this break.
Hello, my name is Pastor Linda Okocha. I am the pastor of Christ Embassy Port Harcourt Zone 3. I'm so delighted to invite you to a special program that will hold in Port Harcourt on the 28th of February at the Liberation Stadium in Lekahia, titled The Day of Blessings. God instructed us to hold this program to bring in His blessings upon the people of Rivers State. There will be special blessings from God, special miracles by the
Moiling with the news. At least one person is feared dead and another critically injured after a tanker fell and spilled its content on the Rumosi axis of the East-West Road in Port Harcourt on Wednesday. An eyewitness said the diesel-loaded tanker fell while avoiding a parked taxi under the Ring Road flyover in Rumosi. The victims are said to include the tanker's driver and a soldier. Our correspondent reports that the fire service of the Nigerian Army calmed the pressure from the falling tanker. Vehicular movements were blocked on both lanes of the East-West Road from the Rumosi junction after the accident. Now, vehicles from the Alakahia and Obirikwere axis were diverted to alternative route. Some of the spilled content poured into drainages that run across homes and business areas, sparking concerns amongst residents. In the meantime, the Community Development Committee chairman of Rumosi, Kevin Amanye Ihunda, has frowned at street trading activities and indiscriminate parking of vehicles under the Ring Road flyover in the area. Ms. Amanye Ihunda attributed the falling tanker incident to illegal parking.
When this truck was turning, there are Okada men parking along the road. The truck was dodging the Okada. The thing now fell. Well, thank God there was no loss of life. We will ensure those people selling under the flyover, especially the turning areas, will be off from the road. From tomorrow morning, nobody will see Okada man here at the junction. And those selling under the flyover, they should leave the place because it has to do with life, it has to do with safety. Assuming there was any fire ignition, more than 20 people would have died.
Meanwhile, the federal government has banned 60,000-litre fuel tankers from Nigerian roads starting March 1st, 2025. This is part of measures to mitigate accidents resulting from trucks in transit or heavy fuel trucks. Executive Director of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Obugo, Okoha, announced this to newsmen in Abuja on Wednesday.
Beginning 1st March, trucks with a capacity in excess of 60,000 litres will not be allowed to load in any loading depot for petroleum products. By Q4 of 2025, we will also preclude the loading or transportation of petroleum products on any truck in excess of 45,000 litres. And this is just one out of 10 measures that stakeholders have agreed that need to be addressed if we want to mitigate the high level of trucks in transit accident.
Well, in another development, the spokesperson of the River State Police Command, SP Grace Iringekoko, says normalcy has returned to the Omogoro community, Obiakpo local government area, after a fatal accident claimed one life yesterday. Speaking to correspondent Mekotoka, SP Iringekoko confirmed that the driver of the truck involved in the incident has been arrested and is in police custody. She, however, says she is not aware of any reprisal attack that reportedly led to another death, but assured that the police are investigating the incident. Moving on, River State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to supporting the military in combating oil theft and safeguarding national assets in the state. Governor Fubara said this on Wednesday when he hosted the new General Officer commanding 6th Division, Nigerian Army and Land Component Commander, Joint Task Force South-South Operation Delta Safe, Major General Emmanuel Emeka at the Government House, Port Harcourt.
Our task today is gradually becoming complicated. Issues of pipeline vandalization, destruction of gas line, and also the worst part of it, some persons who have decided to engineer community crisis in most areas of oil operation. So please, while you're taking that responsibility as part of your assignment, wherever we need to come in, endeavor to reach us so that we can also apply our own mechanism.
In his address, the new General Officer commanding 6th Division Nigerian Army said he is committed to the task of protecting the nation's infrastructure in his domain.
See that the task of the division is very easy. It's simple and straight to protection of critical national infrastructure in the maritime and the oil domain, and also to ensure security in the South-South region. That I pledge that we'll give it our utmost attention to ensure that everything is done.
Now, earlier, Governor Fubara said his administration will continue to partner with the church to ensure a peaceful society. Governor Fubara said this in his address at the standing committee meeting of the Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion held at the Cyprian's Anglican Church in Port Harcourt.
The few things that I mentioned there are not different from what we as a government have scaled into. Issues of security, of life and property, welfare of our citizens when it comes to issues of healthcare. We also have aspects of youth development that the River State government, under my watch, will support the Church of Nigeria. We are partners. Government cannot do it alone.
On the spot, the Archbishop Metropolitan Primate of all Nigeria, Henry Ndokoba, called for a new constitution crafted by citizens.
Just as we pray, we must also determine to make a difference and return this nation to the path of life and recovery. God, who delivered Jerusalem from the siege of King Sennacherib, will deliver us. But much depends on the collective action of all who desire the best for this nation. We need a newly drafted national constitution crafted by the citizens.
Correspondent Ekachimus reports that the governor announced a donation of 500 million naira to support the church. Away from that, a grassroots politician and member of the Simplified Movement, Ward 5, Ahoda East local government area, Emmanuel Ebetawana, has expressed gratitude to Governor Fubara for appointing several Ebeya sons to key positions in River State. He acknowledged the appointment of Edison Ehe as Chief of Staff, Government House, Dr. Ovi Chukwuma as Commissioner for Education, Dr. Name Ewo as Chairman, Elechi Amadi Polytechnic Governing Council, and PDP Chairman, River State. Now, Kennedy Ibeku as Commissioner, River State House of Assembly Service Commission, and Chimening Jerome as Commissioner, River State Local Government Service Commission. Mr. Ebetawana also commended the governor for ongoing developmental projects in Ahoda East and across the state, affirming that his leadership has brought joy to the people. He also, on behalf of the Simplified Movement in Ward 5, Ahoda East local government area, felicitated the governor on his belated 50th birthday. He assured Governor Fubara of continued support from the people of Ahoda East and the Ebe community beyond 2027. Still to come, U.S. denies claims of funding Boko Haram through USAID in Nigeria. Stay with us.
Area info.
You're welcome back, and now the rest of the news. Some civil society organizations in the Niger Delta have condemned what they described as a politically motivated campaign of calumny against the managing director of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, Dr. Samuel Obuku, and the board, led by Chidu Ebie. This is contained in a statement signed by the chairman of the Concerned Citizens for Good Governance and coalition spokesman, Nasiwa Peter Saad, chairman of the National Rescue Mission Delta State, Oti Dafe, and chairman Arise Nigeria Akwa Ibom State, Desmond Etukudo Alfred. They urged those planning the mass protest to reconsider They dismissed allegations of favoritism in project allocation, citing the East-West Road rehabilitation and Owerri Port Harcourt Road reconstruction as proof of equitable development across the region. They said NDDC's KPMG audit reinforces transparency rather than corruption claims. Now, they said protest based on misinformation could disrupt ongoing project and hinder regional progress. They called on Niger Deltans to support the Commission's development agenda and engage in constructive dialogue instead of protest. And now, a state high court in Port Harcourt has dismissed a lawsuit filed by Sunday Amadi and 5 others representing members of Rumumba and Rumuchiwere compounds in Rumuosi community in Obiakpo local government area for lack of merit. Sunday Amadi and 5 others had gone to court to challenge a ruling by the customary court in Choba, which granted ownership of the disputed Ohia Nsumedi and Ohia Nwobide farmlands in Obiakpo local government area to the late Ochioho Ekayawa and the Rumaholo community. Now, the presiding judge, Justice Dakitima Kio, in his judgment, held that Choba Customary Court did not in any way breach any principle of fair hearing against the applicants in its ruling, noting that the court cannot dismiss the judgment or set aside the execution of the judgment of the lower court. Justice Kio said that the defendants in the suit have legal rights to enforce and execute the judgment of the Choba Customary Court. Correspondent Makotoka reports the court also awarded a cost of 500,000 naira in favor of the first to 5th defendants in the matter. Meanwhile, Uche Dike, lawyer to Colonel Ogumerum Ike and Lord Nwosu, who are the 4th and 5th defendants in the matter, described the judgment as true reflection of justice.
Judgment was delivered in this suit. The applicants in the suit, the Rumuosi community, had applied to this honorable court to have the judgment of the Choba Customary Court in PHC CCC 22-2015 quashed, and for the court to prohibit the 4th and 5th respondents from the ongoing enforcement or execution of the said judgment. So the judgment you heard today by my Lord Honorable Justice DGQ is a true reflection of the position of the law. The law is right that a non-party to a judgment cannot challenge the outcome of that judgment.
Away from that, a massive fire has destroyed 2 flow stations around Carlton Channel in Boni local government area of Rivers State. A YouTube video of the incident shared by Christina Reports platform, reportedly filmed about 30 nautical miles off the Boni coastline, shows towering flames consuming the flow stations. Carlton Channel, a key hub for oil and gas operations, lies on the western flank of Boni local government area near its boundary with Degema local government area. Community members in an outboard-powered speedboat captured footage of the inferno, revealing the widespread destruction. Now, their discussions in the video suggest the fire was triggered by heat from a welding operation conducted by staff of the facility's operating company. The blaze rapidly spread, engulfing both stations. Authorities have yet to release an official statement on the incident. Investigations are expected to determine the full extent of the damage and casualties. Now, the chairman of our Lower Government Area, Ian Boro, has charged members of Revenue and Task Force committees to uphold transparency, accountability, and efficiency in revenue collection and enforcement. The Old West Council chairman made a charge while inaugurating the committees at the council in Akinima. He charged the Revenue Committee to focus on enhancing internally generated revenue (RGR), while the Task Force Committee is to compliance and eliminate illegal revenue activities across the government areas.
April now, after the 3 months grace period, ensure that payments and the law of our West government is provided by all revenue expected avenues. At every point in time, they might call on your attention and give you the concentration. Then, street trading, motorcycles, motorbikes, motor vehicles, street transport, and all that is already available. Each of the states is 5,000 naira.
The Old West Council chairman also vowed to disband the committees if they follow the rules.
If you Google it as a sensor, you see it in the system and relate it. You see my signature there. Anyone that can connect and be just there, the person that gives the person the sticker, if he's a member, expose the person. So I'll fire the person and also detain the person. Or will be human, not because I have an opportunity. That the absence of opportunity doesn't mean you don't have anything. This appointment is just 1 year appointment from 1935. Basically, it's like standing. So I want everybody here to behave well and cooperate.
The chairman also said that all correspondence, complaints, or inquiries regarding the task force committee be addressed to the Chief Security Officer's Executive Chairman or Sympathy Monday. Smart Olumini is the chair of the Revenue Committee, while Achuka Wisdom is in charge of the task force. committees were handed brand awards for effective job delivery. Elsewhere, Nigeria's 25 Oscars entry, Mai Martaba, has been elected to open this year's Nollywood in Hollywood Showcase. The producer and director of the Epic House of Films, Daniel, who is the program's director of Kuwazubia Info, said the showcase will be at the Egyptian Theatre at the University of Southern California in Los Angeles, California, from February to March 1st, 2025. Make us know in the video.
Martaba is selected to open this year's in Hollywood Showcase. Well, that starts on the 20th of February through to 1st of March 2025. But that isn't even the news is that it's going to be taking place at the prestigious